Alright, here we are at one of my favorite holes. This is our fourth hole here at Dairy Creek. So from the white tees here today, it's playing about 106 yards long today. The yardage on the marker says 121, so it can play anywhere between about 100 yards all the way back to close to about 125, close to 130 yards if it's a back blue pin. Another green that's got a big ridge right in the middle of it. You almost have two greens again like what we had on the third hole. Got kind of one green down on the front, which for a front pin where we're at here today, I like that. So we've got a little bit of a backstop to be able to throw that ball into it. A little bit of spin might actually suck it back towards the green, but at least if you hit a decent shot and it's a little bit long, it's not going to get away from you onto that back surface. If we were playing to that back surface of the pin, then you got to really kind of make sure you get past that hill so you're not having to putt back up that hill. You're almost better like on the last hole hitting a little bit long if it's a back pin and putting your way back onto the putting surface, back up the hill to where that pin would be at. So, I'm looking, it's kind of a difficult one. So 106 yards, we got wind coming straight into us. It's probably not quite a full club wind here. It's maybe like half a club, maybe a little bit more than a half a club. And then we've got a little bit of a rise. So we're a little bit below the putting surface. So I'm going to call this maybe about a one club. I'm going to club myself up. So if it's 106, I'm going to try and hit something that's in the neighborhood of like 115, 1 to 20. So my choice here is I'm going to kind of choke down on something that's a little bit longer than my 120 club. I'm going to hit more like my 130 club. I'm going to grip down on it by about an inch. I'm going to play the ball back in my stance a little bit and really kind of compress this, keep it out of the wind, and see if we can get ourselves a nice shot that's up there on the putting green and see if we can get away with a par at worst. I talked on that last hole how anytime you get a chance to peg it up, you like to try and do that. On par threes, I like to play it like it was a fairway lie. I don't like to have that tee in my way, so I have a better chance, and it's probably just in my head, just like the handicap of all of us. It's the 6 inches between our ears that gets in our way of making good scores on the golf course. But I like to feel like it's a fairway to where I can pinch the ball and spin it just like I would if I was playing out in the middle of the fairway on a par 4. So let's give this one a try. So my angle here is actually, since I like to draw the ball, I'm going to aim dead straight at the tree that's back behind the flag. So I'm planning on hitting it maybe about 2 or 3 yards right of the flag, letting it drift back to the left. The putting green, everything's going to kind of drift a little bit to the left too once it hits the green. So if I hit a little bit long with some spin, it's going to pull itself back into the left of the hole. So hopefully that'll corral us down around that flag stick. Good, baby. And you saw that hard left kick. It's gonna be a little bit of a long downhill putt, but we're putting on the green. Hopefully for a 2-putt, no worse than a par like we talked about. All right, you can see this green is rather large. It's a great par 3 putting green. Back here you can kind of see we're standing kind of right on the crest of the ridge here, going across this direction. So anything back here is going to move a little bit towards the back of the green and push to the right. As we walk down towards the ball down this direction, it's kind of hard. For me, this putt's a little bit elusive because it almost looks from back here that it might actually want to try and go to the left a little bit. The green's still kind of shifting a little bit towards the right. I don't know. So I'm going to get down there. I want to look on the other side of the flag and take a look at this and see how I think this ball's going to roll. As I'm standing here right now, I'm almost feeling this is going to go a little bit right to left from where I'm standing. Maybe about 2 cups, maybe 3 cups, depending upon pace of speed. But it's all going to be down the hill. So let's take a look down here. Again, we got hit another green, so we're going to fix a ball mark. You can see how this backstop really slowed my ball down. I didn't end up sucking too far away with the spin. That hillside kind of pushed everything this direction. So as I look at it from down here, oh yeah. So as I was standing up there, I felt as though the putt was really going to move from the middle of the green away this direction. Or actually, I knew from knowledge it was going to move that direction. As I was standing back there, I actually said that I thought the ball was going to start out somewhere out here and work its way back to the hole. As I'm standing here now, I can really see and feel that slope of that pin, and it's going to pull it this direction away from it. I don't think it's going to be too severe, too drastic. Maybe try and play it, maybe about 3 cups out here to the left-hand side of the flag from up there at the ball. Really on this one, just not trying to make birdie, trying to get something down here, you know, within a 1 foot, maybe a 1.5 foot around the hole, just to make sure we don't give up that par. Give ourselves a good chance at a par. Try and step up, try and feel it a little bit with your feet. Use your feet to help you feel how that slope is going to go. Still think we got the right line. Oh no, it broke a lot more. A little bit afraid of that speed too. Thought it was going to roll out a little bit further. Got a little more than what we wanted for our par putt. Nothing terribly overcomable. This one's going to be about a left edge side of the hole. Give it some speed and some pace like what we talked about on the last hole. Don't let that anything going on at the turf try and push you out. Center cut. On to number 5.